This cutie has been a hot topic. We're gonna dive into all of the details of the GOYARD ANJOU Mini right now. So just a heads up, we're having some horrible weather, but I really wanted to talk about this bag today. So if you hear any background noise, I apologize. It is raining, it is thundering, it is lightning. We're just gonna have to deal with it today because I really wanted to talk about this bag. I've had so many of you ask about this bag, how I got it, where I ordered it from, what fits inside, do I recommend it, how can you carry it, does it fit on your shoulder? We're gonna dive into all of those details in this video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Amanda. I do a lot of fashion and luxury videos here. I would very much appreciate it if you joined my YouTube family by hitting that subscribe button, as well as the notification button so you don't miss any future videos. And after this video, make sure to scroll through because I've got a lot of other videos that I guarantee you will love. But let's go ahead and dive into all of the details of this cutie. I wanted to pull up the receipt for this bag. In total, I paid $2,635. That did include a $60 delivery fee as well as $155 in tax. So the retail price of the bag was $2,480. I also wanted to point out that the Anjou bag comes in 3 different sizes. This is the mini. They also have a PM as well as a GM, and all of them are reversible and come in a ton of different color options. As you can see, I decided to go with the navy. There is a brighter blue option as well. So if you want a blue, but not this shade of blue, they do have a blue option, but they have yellow, they have orange, they have red, they have white, they have gray, green. They have a lot of different color options, and I decided to go for navy. I feel like I have a lot of navy in my wardrobe. Since I wear a lot of neutrals, I do consider navy a pretty neutral color option. So I just felt like navy would go really well with my wardrobe, but it also still was a color that I don't have a lot of in my collection. I think I have 1 or 2 other navy kind of blue bags. I have a denim Chanel bag that's not really navy, but it is blue. And then maybe 1 other blue bag. I'm trying to think if I do or not, but I decided to go with navy since I already have the black and tan St. Louis bag in the PM size. I didn't want to get that color combo. I wanted to do something a little different, and I will say I have been wearing this bag since the day that it arrived, and I have really enjoyed carrying this for a lot of reasons. If you watched one of my recent videos on the Row Park Tote, you know that I have been really obsessed with that bag, that silhouette, just the comfortableness of the bag. I really enjoy that bag a whole lot. And even though this is a different bag, a different brand, a different size, I do feel like this does remind me of the Park Row Tote, just in a smaller size, of course, with a double strap. And my one complaint about the Row Park Tote was the size. Not that the size wasn't good, because it's perfect, but it did kind of make me be a little messier with my handbags because I noticed that I started throwing a lot of random things in there or just keeping random things in that bag, which is not my usual vibe. I really prefer for my bags to stay really clean and organized, and I feel like this bag allows me to do that. It forces me to get rid of any extras because it fits all of my essentials. Can I fit a few extras? I technically can, but once I do, this bag starts to feel really messy and cluttered. So because of that, I actually keep this one a lot cleaner. I do want to go ahead and go through the bag and show you everything that fits inside. Here is an overview of everything that fits inside. It is literally all of my essentials, and some of them are full size as well, which is pretty amazing. The bag does come with this little mini pouch. I did figure out a way to attach it here so that it almost acts like a bag charm. If you guys want to see that, let me know. Actually, I'll probably put that on my TikTok, so make sure to follow me on TikTok. Maybe I'll put it on my Instagram as well. But for the sake of just this video, I just wanted to show you how it comes. You cannot remove it from this strap, but you can remove the pouch from this strap here. So the pouch is removable, but the strap is not removable from the bag, which is a little bit of a bummer, to be honest. I feel like GOYARD does that with their totes, and I really don't like that. I wish they switched out this portion of the removableness here so that you could actually just take off the entire thing, so that if you didn't want this hanging from the bag, you could remove it. Like I said, the bags are reversible, so they technically have a leather like lining, but it's because you can reverse them and have it as a leather tote. and then this would be the interior lining. I personally prefer this for this particular bag, so I'm gonna keep it this way, and so you'll have an interior lining. Of course, you've got my 6-ring key holder. We've talked about this, one of my favorite SLGs. You've also got my sunglasses case in the size. I'm gonna link all of these for you guys down below. Like for instance, this is discontinued, so I'll link it on the pre-loved market, but I do find them all the time, and I do recommend this case. I really, really love it. It fits all of my sunglasses, and this is the size. Next up, I have my zippy coin purse, which I actually use as my mini wallet. I love this piece to use as a mini wallet. It fits so much, yet is so compact and really, really easy to get in and out. The last smaller item is, of course, my phone. I still haven't upgraded my phone because Louis Vuitton still hasn't come out with a cute, like kind of handheld phone case like this one. I really, really love this phone case. This is the 13 Pro, not in the big size, just the smaller size. And then the last SLG in there is my full-size purse junk drawer, which is the Toiletry 19. I'll link this down below for you guys, but if you buy it directly from Louis Vuitton, you have to get it in the trio, I noticed. But I love the Toiletry 19 for a purse junk drawer. It literally has everything in here. I keep hand sanitizer, lotion, powder, lip gloss, Band-Aids, stevia, like everything in here that I could possibly need at any moment in time is in here in my purse junk drawer, so it is like a must-have. I prefer to carry the 19 because it fits so much, but I do also have a smaller size, the 15 as well. And then that is everything that fits inside this bag. If you look inside the bag, obviously there's no pockets. Since it's reversible, it is just a interior leather lining with no pockets or anything. I probably could clean this up a little bit. If you look really closely, it's a little bit dirty on the inside. Like I said, I have worn this bag every single day since the day that I got it. And just for size reference, there is the little pouch that comes with it on the inside. So size-wise, even though she's tiny but mighty. She literally can fit all of your essentials and a little bit more room for like receipts or maybe a pair of sunglasses. Even though I've got my sunglasses case here, if you wanted to throw a little something extra on top, you definitely could, but I love that she's so small, but fits everything I need. I went ahead and put everything back inside so that I could do a couple of mod shots so you could see what she looks like filled. I had so many of you ask if she fits on the shoulder, and she does pretty comfortably. With that said, you cannot wear thicker or heavier clothing. So are you gonna be able to wear her on your shoulder in the wintertime with a thicker coat? You are not. This is more of a shoulder bag for thinner items. I can wear it on the shoulder with a lightweight sweater or a button-up shirt, but anything thicker than that, it is a little bit difficult. You can see how much space I have here in the armpit area. There's not a lot of room, but she does fit in the arm and on the shoulder really, really comfortably, which I love. Obviously, you can also wear on the crook of the arm or be a handheld bag. I am really, really enjoying this bag, like I said, for a lot of reasons. Not only does she fit all of my essentials, but I can definitely be hands-free with this. I can grab something that I need really quickly in and out, which is what I loved so much about the Row Park Tote. Obviously, this is a little tighter than the Row Park Tote, but I still have everything that I need right here available to me without completely taking her off and setting her down. I actually find that she's very, very comfortable to wear on a daily basis and have all of my essentials in there and easy to grab and go. And I actually also find that the navy goes with almost everything. So if you're looking for a color combo, you don't want to go with just their black on black or their black on tan, I do feel like navy is a really good option. I also wanted to point out some of the design details in regard to the bag. I'll give you some close-ups, but most people have seen the Goyard St. Louis bag, and I do feel like this bag is much better made, obviously, because it's reversible. You've got basically a dual-sided bag, so because of that, the stitching is a little bit better. You also have this piping detail, so therefore the structure of the bag is much nicer in my opinion. No, you don't have any feet or anything, but again, keeping in mind it's a reversible bag, so it's basically the same on the inside as it is on the outside, but you do have the piping on the canvas side. But I also want to point out the details of the straps. The stitching is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and dive into that because I did have a few of you ask why I purchased another GOYARD bag since I did have issues with the first one I purchased. So this is my third GOYARD bag, and all three GOYARD bags have been purchased directly from the GOYARD store. Several years ago when I purchased the first one, I actually created a relationship with somebody at one of their brick and mortar stores. That is gonna be my recommendation. There are stores in Dallas, there's a store in Miami, I know there's stores in New York, and I believe there are stores in California. If you are ever traveling to any of these places, in my opinion, I would go in store, get a card to somebody, start a relationship, obviously shop while you're there, look at some of the different styles, and that is gonna be a way that you can shop from your house, just basically shop virtually, which is what I did. I obviously haven't purchased a GOYARD bag in many, many years, so I wasn't even sure when I reached out in regards to this bag is that if I was gonna have any luck, and luckily, I did have luck. Luckily, their contact information still worked, so I was able to purchase this bag. So let's go ahead and rewind back in regards to my first GOYARD purchase, which was the GOYARD St. Louis in the GM size. So if you've been around for a while, you know that I had a glazing issue on all of the straps of my GOYARD St. Louis in the GM size. That was the first bag that I ever purchased from GOYARD, actually the first item I ever purchased from GOYARD. And I initially not only fell in love with the bag, but I almost immediately started having glazing issues. Obviously that put a bad taste in my mouth, but I even got worse of a taste in my mouth when I reached out to GOYARD directly pretty quickly after seeing this issue. And they basically said that there was absolutely nothing that they could do to fix it. They sent me a quote to fix it, and if I remember, it was around $200. At the time, I told them that I didn't want to have it fixed. I would just kind of deal with the issue, see what it looked like after a couple of years, and go from there. With that said, I ended up deciding that I was possibly considering trying the PM version. So I did reach out to my same sales associate. I ended up ordering the same exact color combo in the GOYARD St. Louis in the PM size. I just really, really fell in love with that color combo. It's the black with the tan leather. Really, really love that color combo. It's, in my opinion, the best color combo. I just love it so, so much. But I decided to go ahead and purchase the PM. So basically, I ended up owning the St. Louis in the GM size as well as the PM size. And when I had them together and I was able to use them both in my real life, I realized that the PM size was a much better option for me. So I decided to go ahead and sell my GM at that point, decided to go ahead and just keep the PM, and I still have that one till this day. And I also want to point out that I have had zero glazing issues with the PM. So I don't know if it was that particular bag or maybe the GM size just kind of has a glazing issue, but I have had zero issues with the PM version of the St. Louis bag. And obviously that makes me feel a lot better. Is there still a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth because the fact that they didn't stand behind their product and offer to fix the glazing issues that I had in the GM size? Absolutely, of course. I feel like every single luxury house that I've ever had an issue with has stood behind the brand and stood behind their product. And that is the first time that I've ever experienced a house, especially a house this prestige, to not stand behind their product. So yes, I was definitely a little bit bummed, which is exactly why I haven't purchased anything from GOYARD in many, many years. Fast forward to recently, and I saw this GOYARD color combo that I now know now was limited edition. I'll try to pop on a picture, but I immediately fell in love with that color combo and it started kind of piquing my interest. And I guess because the technology wizards are listening and seeing my search history, because I really, really wanted to find out what GOYARD bags came in that color combo, I all of a sudden started seeing reviews of this bag pop up on my TikTok feed. And I just instantly knew that this would be a good bag option for me because of how much it reminded me of the Row Park tote. And I feel like it fixed the one issue that I was having with the Row Park tote, which was the size. Again, not that there was anything wrong with the size of that bag. It really is such a good size. But the issue that I was having was I was becoming a messy purse person and I didn't want that. So it was almost like I wanted the Row Park tote just in a slightly smaller size. And I feel like this gave that to me. So all of a sudden I really, really wanted this bag. I also knew I didn't want it in the same color combo that I had in my St. Louis bag, so I decided to go and look at all the color combos, and just navy was calling my name. But basically, to answer all of your questions, I've ordered directly from the Miami store because I have a relationship with someone at the Miami store, and I have for many, many years. When I originally purchased my very, very first GOYARD bag, and I have communicated with them over the years with the additional bags that I've purchased. Can you create a relationship with someone at a GOYARD store? You absolutely can, and I would recommend you try to do that. You also can purchase GOYARD on the pre-loved market. I'll link some of these bag options down below for you guys if you want to purchase this bag on the pre-loved market. I'll link them down below in the info box if you want to check it out. So that's obviously another way to shop GOYARD and not have a relationship with someone at a GOYARD store. I think that answers all of the questions in regards to this bag, but I'm just really, really happy with this purchase. I will continue to keep an eye on the glazing. I feel like for some reason I have this very meticulous eye when it comes to GOYARD because of the original issue I had with my first St. Louis, but I will also say that I've had zero issues with the PM St. Louis that I have in my collection, and I feel confident that I won't. With that said, I'm also very, very aware that if I did, they're not going to stand behind it. So I knew that going into this purchase. I just really, really decided that I wanted this bag, and I really just hoped that because this was not only a newer bag, but also a higher quality bag than the St. Louis bag, that I shouldn't have any of those glazing issues. And I will say, I mean, granted, I've only had it about a month, but I'm not having any issues. And I literally started having cracking issues with the first bag within a week or two of owning it. And to be honest, they might have even been there when I purchased the bag. I just wasn't paying attention, but I started really, really paying attention once I was using it. And so I don't know if they were there whenever I bought it or if they just happened really quickly. Either way, I'm not having the same glazing issue with this one, nor am I having it with my PM size, if that makes you feel any better. So there you have it. There are all of the details that I can think of that I need to share with you in regards to the mini Anjou mini bag from GOYARD. I definitely recommend you guys check this one out if you're looking for a smaller everyday bag. Again, when I say smaller, it still fits all the essentials, which I love. I feel like it is a comfortable bag to wear. Oh, I did want to point out one thing, because this is the only complaint that I have in regards to this bag, and I feel like my other shoulder bags, I don't have this issue. And obviously it's not a big deal, but I did want to point it out. So when I go to put this one on my shoulder, you kind of do have to use two hands. And the reason why is, if you pay attention, I have to kind of put it on my shoulder with the other arm. Do you see? Versus if I go like this, let me see if I can. Do you see how the elbow, because the strap drop isn't big enough for my arm, I kind of have to like kind of finagle it to see. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just like a little bit too short to be able to do it one-handed. Can you do it one-handed? Yes, you just saw me do it, but it just feels kind of like my elbow kind of gets caught sometimes in there. So that's the only complaint that I have of this bag. And I wouldn't even say it's necessarily a complaint, but I did want to point it out, and keeping in mind my body size, just all of that. So if you are around my size, but if you're larger, so if you have longer arms than me, it is going to be a little bit more difficult to get it on one-handed. So typically what I do is I grab it with the opposite hand and I put it on the opposite shoulder. So whether I grab it with this hand and I'll put it on this shoulder, right? Like that's just the easier way for me to do it. Whatever hand I grab it with, it's going on the opposite shoulder. So I just wanted to point out that one detail. So just keep that in mind. But other than that, I really, really love this bag. Is it a pricey bag? Yes. But again, look at the price of luxury bags right now. But if you're looking for something different and unique, if you don't have GOYARD in your collection, I do feel like this is a good, smaller, everyday bag option. It's really comfortable. It's easy to get in and out of. And I do feel like it will create good habits because you have to keep it cleaned. Otherwise, it gets cluttered very, very quickly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, like I said, my name is Amanda. I do a lot of fashion and luxury videos, so make sure to stick around, watch some of my other videos before you head out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.